Hey, I'm Ben, I'm 24 and I live in a small town. I document most of my spare time on YouTube. I never really meant to hit 500 subs and it's now hit this, so I've done this channel just for my life memories and it kind of snowballed into something a little bit more enjoyable for a hobby for me to do. I appreciate everyone that follows me and follows my journeys, and here's a look back at where it started to where I am now and where I want to see it in the future. So get some snacks and drinks because this might be a long video, and yeah, just much love from me, Ben. So to start it off, let's go back to the first ever video I uploaded. First off, whilst we're watching this, who remembers the old Benslife title screen, because it was bad. I then done a holiday video in Tenerife. Now, although this was filmed on a potato, I knew deep down that I wanted to do travel videos. Between like doing these travel videos, I was doing Yu-Gi-Oh videos and they weren't making me happy. I was enjoying doing them, but they weren't something that I was like, yeah, this is Ben's life, this is what I want.
1,900 attack and 1,000 defense, so not the best, but it's a holo.
Now for me, my first sort of true kind of memory on my channel is the Croatia video. This Croatia video took me ages to edit and it was awful. But it was a starting point for where a travel video was starting to hit. Now, straight after I'd done that, my next video was a Reading Festival predictions video. That is one which hit 2k views. Didn't think it was going to hit 2k views, but at the time, Reading Festival was being talked about a lot, and there was a guy on YouTube called Duty Rhino who was like doing Reading Festival videos, and they were starting to do big hits, so I was like, yeah, why not, let's jump on it.
Best 2.0, something like that. If that's your type of music, that's great. I personally prefer the more rocky music. But yeah, I'm going to go with number 5, Florence and the Machine, especially with their new music coming out soon.
Then between August and November, I was doing videos I didn't really like. The first one, which I did like though, was the Rise Above merch, which did catch the attention of Exploring with Josh. He commented on the video and tweeted it out. Me and him do actually speak together, and I have a lot of time for Josh. He's a pretty cool dude, and yeah, he's a nice guy. Then came the first ever Exploring Suffolk video, which was Coombs Church. The editing was so bad and my photography wasn't great, but it was the start of Ben's life. And to me, that is the first ever proper Ben's life video.
It's huge. It's absolutely massive. And I love how this tree here is all orange and it looks lovely, like coming over the bench. I'll show you in the picture in a minute what I got.
After this, I'd done some exploring videos. The Abandoned Shacks, Needham Lake, Pillbox, Ringshaw and Clare Church. I enjoyed doing all of these videos because they were it was the start of something. It was the start of what I wanted to do now.
Here's the castle right behind me, or what's left of it. That's a pretty small one then, wasn't it? As a really small castle, I think.
There's only a tiny bit left of it.
Yeah, there's only like literally a wall.
Then in January 2019, I'd say was my first true proper exploring video of the formula I use today. And that was the Beacon Hill Fort video. I still had my old style of filming and my personality, but you could see I'd learned some few extra things with the editing. I look more confident, and I feel like this was close to my YouTube influence of exploring with Josh back in the day when he used to do his style of editing videos.
Right, I'm in one of the towers and this looks awesome. Ready? This is the view you get in here. Wow, that graffiti is pretty cool. Right, I'm going to show you. I'm going to end the video here, guys.
So from that, I done my first pin mill video, which everyone on this channel must know by now as I am the pin mill boat wreck channel, because today I've done 3 videos on pin mill, but I've had it in another video as well, so I've had it in 4 videos basically. This place means a lot to me, and I've completely fallen in love with the place, and in this video it's possibly my I've got my favourite ever photo I've taken of the boats there, so I'll drop that in the video for you. The reason why I like pin mill so much is just so it's so relaxing. You go there and you just refresh your mind, and people will catch me down there, so if you ever want to meet me, go to pin mill and you'll probably bump into me at some point. Now from this I've done a few city videos, and they were like Q&As and stuff, but then my next 2 big important videos really hit big time for me for such a small channel, because at this time I think I had around 100 to 200 subs. So for me, the first one which broke pretty big was the Norwich mental asylum one, which I did get the history completely wrong in the video, and thanks to Em and Stu, Exploring with Em and Stu, who pointed that out, so I changed it quickly. More of them to come. I was wet, soggy and drenched that day. We tried to go to an abandoned church and basically the owners weren't in, and yeah, so we just ended up going to this mental asylum. But the video hit over 700 views, and from this video you can kind of see the style of vlogging and exploring videos I wanted to try and make.
It's going to be a bit more of a vlog than an actual exploring video, but it's still worth it. We still spent some time there. We're going to go one little place just a little bit further down the road, and then we're done for today, I think, anyway.
And then came the video which literally kickstarted my channel, which was the Broom Hill one. Bit of a backstory on this. I was emailing the person who gave me a tour around on the place. I was on my night shifts for about 2 months, and I didn't know this place was so loved. I literally just wanted to look around it, and I stumbled across success with this one. I had no idea it would blow up, especially around the area of Ipswich, and to this day I've had people come to me and say, hey, you are the person who made that video on it, can you tell me more information on it? I think it's the closest thing I'll ever feel to being like, Mum, I made it, Mum. When deep down I know I haven't, but it's just nice to see people actually wanting to enjoy the video and speak to me about it. For me, the swimming pool is one of my favourite places I've been to, and at the time of recording it has nearly 2,330 views to 46 likes, which to me is mad. I never thought I would hit that, and at this time, like I said, I had around 100 subs. For me, I still can't re-watch my older videos because it annoys me how I used to edit. There's so much I've changed now, so yeah, I can't really watch the Broomhill video fully, but it's still up for you guys. So after Broomhill, I'd done a few small adventures, one of a church, but then came the Rome series. Again, I don't watch my Rome videos back, mainly because it was me and my ex, but they are still on the channel for anyone to see my journey of how I've progressed. I really enjoyed Rome. I loved the food there, and yeah, I'd 100% go back. Even if, like, people say don't go back to somewhere you've already been, but I definitely would. Then came the collabs with Lee and the start of the Suffolk Exploring Crew series, and to this day me and Lee still speak daily in a chat with Lewis Merrin, who's a good mate of ours. I'll put the link in the description to Merrin's channel, and we all like get locations together and we all help each other out. So me and Lee done Medler's Scrapyard, and then this abandoned Suffolk RAF base, which is near 900 views now, which again, I didn't mean for it to happen. I was just a little bit of story on the place. So I was driving us pretty much on the runway when the owner came over, and he wasn't too happy we were there, but he started to speak to us and he was like, "Why are you here?" And so yeah, we told him that we drove from Lowestoft to come and have a look at this place, to which he replied, "You've come pretty far." I then was like, "Yeah, we just like heard about it and we just wanted to have a look at some of the buildings, if that's alright." And he replied, "Go on then, but only stick to the buildings on the left hand side and like the old barracks, not the hangars." I was like, "Yep, that's all good." And that's how this video was made. It's like the first video I can truly watch back and fully enjoy. It has 25 likes to 0 dislikes, so I can see other people enjoyed it too. It's very much a Exploring with Josh influenced video, and from when like he used to have the exploring crew of Cody, John and Steve in this like style video.
I mean, to be fair,
Housekeeping.
I don't really want to spend a lot of time in here.
After that, I done some mini explores around Felixstowe,
where Edward III assembled his fleet in 1338 before setting off to fight France, but which today is landlocked and can be seen from the River Wall. It became abandoned in the 1950s,
like the actual place of Felixstowe and the abandoned house. And then I went on a lad's holiday to Prague, so yeah, we got a few clips there. Then I done some Cove Hive explores with my sister, and I enjoyed those days. They were nice. I still remember doing those videos. And then I done the abandoned farmhouse grounds and that was like, I remember the photography on my camera now. Those were the first videos. Those were the first photos I've still got on my camera, just because I actually really like those photos.
Got some small amount of rust there.
So
That's obviously been bent back.
someone's taken it off
And
and
obviously
gone
someone
in.
wrote on there.
Then we went to explore in Suffolk, and we got scared by possibly a homeless man in a old RAF sort of building. And me and Henry literally, like, we bricked it, and we were like, let's run, let's go. Because we did see, like, these, like, sleeping beds. But to make the video worth it, we went and got probably my most favourite sunset I've ever got. And I can't believe it's at Felixstowe, because out of anywhere in the world, why would it be in Suffolk? But yeah, we got one of my most favourite sunsets on camera, and here are some of the photos and videos from it.
Oh my god, my legs are so stung. Did you actually hear someone, did you? What did you do? What was it?
Dunno. Someone was talking.
So the next video for me, which I want to talk about, is Bomb Testing Island in Suffolk. Me and Lee went there, and I've noticed most videos I do with Lee, they always do really well. And I think it's because the chemistry me and Lee have together on camera, we just don't take ourselves seriously. And I love, like, spending time with Lee. He's a great guy. But yeah, this was a sick day, and I loved making the video. And I was actually pretty ill in the video. I didn't actually show on camera just how sick I was, but this was in August, and I think I'd just come back from a festival, and I was like, oh yeah, let's go make a video, Lee, let's carry on. So for then, the big one for me between August and November was Green Tower, which I rank in my top 5 videos. And funnily enough, I spoke to Josh a couple of months ago, I think it was last month, and to which he recently replied to me, and he said he actually thinks that's one of his favourite places in the UK too. It's such a beautiful view and so fun to be on it. And yeah, I think me and Henry captured just how happy we were to be there on that video. I always try and add a bit of comedy in my videos when I'm with Henry, because I feel like he brings that extra bit of, like, stupidness to my videos. And me and him are always, like, we've known each other since we were, or I'd say at least 13. So 13, 14, so we have a proper, like, bond together, and you kind of see that in the Prisoner of War video. He brings out my creative sort of comedy side of me, and you'll see it with the Theresa May running through the cornfields meme. Then two of my favourite places I've ever been to. One of them is a church in someone's back garden. That's a ruin, which I went 3 times to try and have a look round. The owners were never in, so it was 4th time lucky, and we got in. Recently though, I tried to do a remake of that video, and I wasn't even allowed back in because they weren't in again. Then a place that's special to me is the RAF Upward video. The most frustrating video to edit and put together, but watching it back makes me so happy because I put so much time and effort into it, and I feel like I captured a lot of the place on camera just a few months before most of the place got demolished and one of the buildings got set on fire. I went there 3 times just to capture all the footage, and it was a massive explore, but it was so worth it. Then came my first trip to Marmite House, and I'll never forget the smell coming from that place. It literally stunk so much, and I do not recommend going there without a mask or just something to try hide the smell. I was disappointed in how I filmed that video, so I needed to return and make a new one. There are a few little explores around Norfolk after this, which I enjoy. Some small ruins and like little church videos. It was sort of like my Norfolk exploring series, kind of. And I started to do a few picturesque places as well, which I noticed people started to like to enjoy to see. My first proper picturesque video was Aldeburgh, and it's got over 800 views and 21 likes. I feel like I captured the town well and like the beauty of the place, so yeah, I can see why people enjoy that video. Then came the RAF building, which I ran away from, and for me this was me facing my fears and returning somewhere which I needed to go back to, because I was scared by a homeless man. And I feel like I'd done the video of it really well, and we sort of went at a time when I didn't expect there to be anyone there, and yeah, there wasn't. Then came my second pin mill video, and as you can see I got much better at editing and filming, and since I last visited, and I feel like I started to capture the place well there, but I knew I was missing something from it. Unfortunately, after that and a couple of other videos which I can't exactly remember, I then went into the UK lockdown. So I started making videos around my local area, and people enjoyed them, like the sunsets, the churches, or the Suffolk walks. And I started to see beauty in my local area. I then returned to the abandoned boats in the summer with a guy who literally changed my channel completely. His name is Sam, and his drone gave me that little bit extra, something I was missing. And to me personally, that pin mill video is my favourite video I have ever made. It was part 3 of the abandoned boats, and I was so happy with it when I first done it. I felt like if that was on an Exploring with Josh channel, people would like flock to it, because I'd sort of made that in an influence by him. I then done a Woodbridge video, and that went well, and it sort of like looked nice on camera. But then I returned to the Marmite House with Jake, and I made that video, which I was finally happy with. After going to Marmite House, Jake took me to some other places. He took me to one of his favourite finds, which was a barn where some cars were found, only 2, but they made for some amazing photos. And then he took me to like this old abandoned like quarry / brick makers thing, and yeah, again, it was a cool explore. I enjoyed going out with Jake, and I would again. And this one, I then done the old quarry near me in a Suffolk beauty spot whilst we were still sort of in lockdown, sort of not. And it was a nice, pretty area, and so many people were flocking to that place. So we had to go during the weekday because people would just ruin the video because there'd be so many people about. Then lockdown was lifted, and I was one of the lucky people who went to Greece, which I loved. It made working through the whole pandemic just worth it, because I could finally go out and enjoy myself whilst people had been off work, just sitting in the garden in the summer. I was in my shop, still working, still grinding. It just made it worth it.
what you want to. Please don't be polite, cause I like your attitude.
After the Greece video, I returned to Beacon Hill Fort, and I made a video which I was finally proud of to call Benslife with the help of Sam on that fort. And as you can see, it's the complete difference in editing from the first video to the second video. The transition is just massive. We then went to an old farm building which was stunning, and the house itself was in complete ruins, but for me, I feel like on photos it looked really nice. We then went to Horsey Gap, which is another one of my favourite places I've been to and one of my favourite videos I've made, which are the sea dogs, or in the UK as well, they are seals. They are beautiful animals. We then done 2 abandoned videos to me, which are the closest to exploring what Josh would put out like a couple of years ago when he didn't have all his like amazing equipment, which he does now. They were the church ruin and the abandoned house, Strawberry Hall abandoned house or Strawberry Farm. Can't remember exactly, but to me, I felt like I had really like lifted my bar a bit with like my filming style.
Found you, did it all alone, looking down your phone.
And then came my favourite beauty spot video in Norfolk to date, which is the lighthouse in Norfolk. And yeah, from that I made my first ever goal on YouTube, which was collabing with a channel who are a lot bigger than me, and just I love spending time with them so much, and I have so many good things to say about exploring with Em and Stu. The place they took me to was so fun to look around, and then I think it shows on camera.
And that is the end of my 2-year review on this channel. It's been a pretty big ride, wild ride, big ride. I've been started off with nothing. There goes my phone. Started off with nothing, and now I'm in 500 subscribers like area, and it's pretty mad. Didn't think it would happen. Didn't think I'd get this far. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that watches my channel, likes, comments, shares, supports it, donates on Patreon, everything. Like, even the people who dislike it and still comment on it, like, or even just dislike it, it's still engagement in my channel, so even the haters help. And yeah, it's just been, I didn't think I'd get like this far. And it's not even that far. Like, some people just say, oh, you're only on 500 subscribers or whatever, but I didn't think I'd get like even 100. Like, this started, yeah, I started this video when I started this channel when I broke my foot, and I was just laying on my sofa bed just thinking, like, I'm watching Josh, why aren't I doing this? Or, there's no one in Suffolk really doing this at the time. And then Em and Stu came around, and we sort of like, Em and Stu were like half a year before me, but I didn't know about them at the time, and I was just like, no one does this around Suffolk. Like, there's barely any videos on Suffolk or Norfolk on actually YouTube, so why don't I do it? And I just did. Yeah. I first done this channel to like document just mine and my ex's like days out together and just whatever we done, just because we just wanted to have some memories to look back on. And then it evolved into something a bit better. It evolved into like actual abandoned stuff or trips out or just anything I wanted. That's why it's called Benslife. It's anything I want to do. And obviously I went through a relationship breakup with her and my channel went quiet for like a month, but I came back and I will always come back. If I ever do a break, I will always come back, because I love filming, creating and stuff like that. It's just I love content creating. It's an addiction for me. I enjoy it, and I am so thankful for everyone that watches it, because without you it just wouldn't be the same. Like, I love posting a video, then a day later or half a day later seeing if there's comments, seeing who's liked it, seeing what's like the best things about the video. I ask for criticism because I want to improve my videos. So if there's anything I feel like I can improve, or you guys give me that improvement, or like I had someone tell me about some music which I used, which they didn't really like, and I was like, okay, that's fine. So I watched the video back like 5 times, and I even tried to edit it with a different sound of music. But like, for my personal taste, I didn't enjoy that music, so I didn't put it on again. But I just like, I will go back and try and have a look at different things if you do think I should do something different. I am open to hearing your thoughts on it, because I want to make the best videos for my audience, as well as making the best videos which I'm happy with. So plans for the future for this channel, I have I want to go to Scotland. I want to do some castles. Once all this has blown over, I want to go to like castles in Scotland, do some like more picturesque stuff, because I love doing the picturesque stuff. Like, I like abandoned, and you guys know I like doing abandoned, but it's not my full enjoyment. Like, my full enjoyment is like sunsets or stuff like that, because there's only so many like smashed up walls I can see before I'm like, oh, this is the same. Although church ruins hit differently to me. They hit me right in the feels. I love church ruins. They look really nice on camera, and they come across very eerie. And when you get a nice sunset behind a church ruin, it just looks stunning. So I'm going to go back to Leiston Abbey in the summer and get like a proper video, because now I've got my own drone. Like, Sam will be with me, but he's moving soon to a different part of the UK. So he'll be a bit further away, but I will still be doing videos with him. It's just going to be a bit harder, but sometimes now it's just going to be videos by myself, because obviously he won't be able to always come to Suffolk. But yeah, so yeah, we've got the Scotland trip, and then I want to do some like bigger and more abandoned stuff. So Lewis Merrin, who I did mention in the video, but you guys might know him. He's coming from his town once this is all over, and we're going to be doing a few collabs. And me and Em and Stu are going to be back again doing some more videos, and maybe Beyond the Point with them as well. So that's another thing that might be happening. And yeah, just thank you. That's what I'm saying. Thank you. This is Bens'life. I hope you enjoyed this 2-year review, because I'm not gonna lie, it's taken me like 4 or 5 days to edit whilst working. So yeah. And then after this one, I've got a church ruin coming out with Em and Stu in, and then we'll see what happens. So this is me saying peace, stay safe, and yeah, catch you in the next one. Bye.